I think the thing that is most missed about Trump, and I didn't realize it until we talked, and I think the reason why it's missed is because when you see him, you're like, okay, this guy's like really done up hair and he probably is wearing makeup and like he really cares about aesthetic. It's like really important to him how things look and being skinny. Like in his head, he's a tough guy. He's a fucking macho, tough guy, show no weakness. Like even talking to his kids about like parenting strategy, like go out there, earn your own shit, you know, go to work, hard work, grind, earn your respect. Like, so in his head, we perceive him as a guy who's like an entertainer, funny, silly dancing, whatever. But who he is in his head, is like, I got to be tough guy. So when I think the idea of bending or playing politics, as you will, like, hey, let's take a little softer route, I think he views that as weakness.
Yes.
And it might have been a more politically advantageous thing to do. I think you're right. But the reason I think he doesn't, he goes, I'm not going to let them change who we are. We need to show strength.
We said it to him during the interview. And your rhetoric is what turns a lot of people off. He's like, he's not backing down from it.
No. His base doesn't grow.
No, this is really interesting. And I thought this was the most telling of that on the interview. And I thought this showed how comfortable he got. Akash goes, you know, sometimes there's always people that love you, but sometimes the rhetoric makes a little bit divided. When you win, do you think that you would be able to turn that down a little bit so that people wouldn't feel so concerned publicly supporting you? And Trump goes, I will absolutely do that, and I will think of you every time I do.
Yeah, right.
Now, no. Take that in. That's him comfortable enough to agree, and then a little bit annoyed that we're trying to like tell him to say something. So him going, I'll think of you every time I do. That means he's being sarcastic.
That means he's first round deportation list. Akash getting him the fuck out of here. Yeah. That's what that means to me.
Yeah.
Like I listen, I said it before, I'll say it again. I feel like the Republicans dropped the ball this year because they had an opportunity. And maybe I just wasn't paying attention to the Republican Party like that. I've never seen the Republican Party this diverse in my life. I've never seen the representation that they have now, the Vivek Ramaswamy's, the Byron Donalds.
That's y'all's fault.
The Nikki Haley's.
Isn't that a good thing?
Huh?
That's a good thing.
That's my point.
Oh, I thought you said they dropped the ball.
Imagine if they would have, first of all, they should have ran another candidate. I keep saying that as well, too. They could have literally had the opportunity right now to make their tent larger. To make the whole base of the Republican Party larger. This year would have been the perfect year for them to do that shit.
I don't think that would have worked still.
Really?
I think, because what the Democrats do is they call any person of color who is a Republican a sellout. And it's
Look at the ones they choose, though.
Look at the ones they choose.
Think about it. It's
That's
also
true.
Think about it. It's not about the ones they choose. It's not about the ones they choose. It's just those are the ones that are the most radical about their beliefs. So they're willing to come out and take on the scrutiny. An average black dude that wants to come out and be like, yeah, you know, I'm actually, I just agree more with like conservative philosophy and I'm Republican. Like he gets scrutinized. He gets ostracized. If you were to come out and say that you're a Republican, you would be torn apart, Charlamagne.
It depends. Like, because the other thing is like a lot of black Republicans have been just corny.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that's the case anymore.
What's your standard for politicians? They're all corny. The coolest politician is Barrack. And if Barrack was like hanging with the boys, he wouldn't be like the coolest guy. He's the coolest politician. Like,
yeah, but there's been some real cornball black conservatives, bro.
Mike Pence was the VP. There's nothing cornier than that.
Yeah, but he don't have no standard. Like when you black, it's got a level of cool that you gotta have.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what
White people are considered not cool automatically.
That's what I mean.
But black people are supposed to be cool.
You gotta
so then
have
when
a
they're
level.
not,
Yeah.
God,
you gotta have like you gotta have some type of level, like just a little bit, like okay, right? A lot of them they don't have. Ben Carson, bro.
There was shout out Ben Carson. There was a moment where Barrack, shout out Barrack, like he is an actual superstar. There's a moment where he's in Detroit and he like finds a way to start spitting the bars from the Eminem, right? Did you guys see that clip?
I saw it.
So I don't usually get nervous. But I was feeling some kind of way following Eminem. And I notice my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
And like, but it's interesting, like, it shows you the difference between a superstar and then a candidate. Kamala is a candidate. She's not a superstar. She cannot command a crowd like he does. And I forgot how much I miss Barrack. And then I saw that. And I'm like, oh, it just made me think of all these moments of Barrack, all these times where he just grabbed a crowd by the balls and just did whatever the fuck he wanted with them. Remember when he sung the Amazing Grace?
Yes.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Here's the thing. I think Kamala is very talented. I think she is a very talented politician. She's just talented. She's a talented politician. I've always thought that.
At what though? Is she talented? You're saying like behind the scenes and like doing the actual work of politics?
I think she's talented behind the scenes, and I think she's very talented when she is in front of people. Because you're comparing it to that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's my standard.
Yeah, but that's not the standard.
That's Jordan.
That was fucking outlier.
I'm with you, but that's a different bar, and that's why I keep telling folks.
That's the bar.
But Barrack is different. Yo, you can't spell Barrack without bar.
I want Jordan, not Catino Mobley.
You know, this guy is too good, bro.
And I feel like that's the reason why.
I miss what you just said right there. That was good. You can't spell bar without Barrack.
It's the truth, though.
You can't spell Barrack without bar. But it was still fire.
Barrack is I mean this sincerely when I say this. Barrack took it. All right, I think it was JFK, right? And then there was a Bill. Bill took it from where JFK took it.
Reagan was phenomenal.
Republican, though.
Oh, we're not talking about that?
No, and I'm with you, though. Reagan was one of those, but I'm just talking about the Democrats.
You missed.
JFK.
Yeah.
Then freaking Barrack took it to another level. I mean, JFK, then Clinton took it to another level. Then Barrack took it to another level. That's just in you, bro. That ain't on you. That's like those guys could have been stars at whatever they chose to do in life.
But that's what I want in my president. I don't want someone regular.
They had a combination of star power and good policy. I feel like
it's hard.
People are voting for Trump just because his personality. He has the it factor for sure. And they are willing to look past all the bullshit.
He got the it factor.
No, he definitely got the it factor.
You
cannot deny that. He got the it factor. He has been
a superstar.
Talking his name for 40 years.
This is what we do and we don't realize it.
I'm not going to have this argument.
Yeah,
he's a superstar.
But here's the thing. He's not a politician.
Yes,
put it like if Jon Stewart became a politician, we'd be talking about, yo, Jon Stewart got the it factor. He's smoking people. He's supposed to. He's a comedian who's been talking on TV for weeks.
So we saying the same thing?
Yes.
So we saying the same thing?
But these are politicians. Barrack, JFK, Clinton were just stone cold politicians. We're not used to seeing politicians have any.
Politicians with the it factor. Those guys you just named were politicians with the it factor. Trump is just has the it factor. That's why people don't care about the policy. Like he has crazy policy. He's a convicted, and people are willing to look past that. You have
it's not the first time.
Yeah, not convicted.
He's not. He's not convicted, bro.
Civilly.
Yeah, that don't count.
And I could name.
So OJ's guilty.
What?
So OJ did it?
Yes.
That's the first time you said that.
But you never thought
that's the first time you said that. You a sellout cracker.
No, he absolutely did it.
And I understand what Alex means when he says that, but we've seen that before is what I'm saying.
What?
People who've been convicted of those type of heinous crimes who still go on, but this is the key part, who still go on to victory. You got to win. We don't know if he won yet. So we're having all of these premature conversations.
I didn't say he won. I also think that
you got to go out there and win some rings.
Bro,
you guys
just
are
to
discrediting.
get to this level,
No, it's fine. I think you guys are discrediting also how exhausted the American public is with left-wing rhetoric, left-wing policy, and left-wing ideas. The average American, we're not talking about New York City, we're not talking about California. The average American is just exhausted by it. And they are voting, much like in 2020 when people voted against Trump. They weren't necessarily for Biden, but they were like, I don't want this guy anymore. There are a lot of people that are simply just voting against Democratic policy, rhetoric, and ideas.
You're right, but guess what? There's a flip side to that.
Talk to me.
Nobody ever wants to acknowledge it, but we should. The average American also is tired of the racist rhetoric and the bigoted rhetoric and the division and having to turn on your TV and hear shit like Tony Hinchcliffe and all of this and that. So it's all the same. Like when we talk about 148 million people voting in 2020, there's 70 million people who thought one thing, 70 million people who thought the other. Who represents the average American in that equation? There is no such thing as an average American.
And
we're all different.
I would agree 100% with what you said, and add they're also tired of right-wing rhetoric. That's why you have this trailblazer like Trump who came in, took over the party. Like, look at the party before Trump and now.
It's unbelievable.
Completely different party.
Yeah, I don't think they're...
So we're just tired of just
political rhetoric. Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. But I guarantee if you did a poll and you say, are y'all tired of politics?
Yes.
Period. Fuck the party. I guarantee it'll be like 70, 80%.
You know what I'm tired of?
My man Tim Ryan said it. The exhausted majority. That's what he said. He said, I feel like we're in an America where there's just an exhausted majority, people who are just tired of everything from both sides of the aisle.
I'm exhausted by not being able to trust information. And I don't know what the solution to this is. So I understand I'm like crying without having a solution, but like I am exhausted reading an article and then immediately after reading an article and texting my friends, someone going, oh yeah, there's another article that completely disproves that. It's actually bullshit. Like I'm exhausted not trusting the medicine I take. I'm exhausted not trusting the information I read. I'm exhausted not trusting the wars that we're in.
It's over, Schultz.
I'm exhausted.
Schultz, I'm being honest with you, it's over.
What do you mean?
We're never getting that back. I'm not even joking. We're never getting that back.
Didn't we ever have it in the beginning?
We had the illusion of it.
The illusion, but
the illusion, and this
better?
is the thing that we don't want to admit, but the illusion of truth is more comfortable than the disinformation epidemic. In other words, the government telling us, hey, here's the food pyramid. This is what you should eat. Go eat it. You're going to be good. Every day that I just trust that.
Remember that shit, yo?
They lied to us about the food pyramid,
Remember the
bro.
4 food groups?
Son, they just said eat biscuits.
But how is that
They
better?
said eat biscuits every day, 5 times a day.
Bro.
And now they want to make fun of us for being fat. That's their fault.
And lactose intolerant.
But
They're crazy.
They told us eat all your vegetables, we'll be big and strong.
They said eat one little triangle of vegetables.
Yeah.
And majority of America just big. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. This shit is fucking
They
crazy.
lied to us about
They lied
everything,
to us, bro. I'm telling you.
So how do we stop them
yeah,
from
but
lying?
you said that it was better. That's not better.
No, I didn't say it was better. It's I think it's horrible. I want real truth. Don't get me wrong. But there is a comfort when you're a kid and your parents tell you, hey, Santa Claus is real and all these things, you're comfortable. Kids can't take on how the world really fucking works.
What you're saying,
There's a reason why you don't let your kid watch scary movies where people
Yes.
break into the house because they'll have anxiety every day.
That's right.
So the anxiety that the Americans have, and I think people around the world, we're crippled by not knowing if anything is real or true.
But there's a quote about that, and it talks about how, you know, if you get a society to the point where it's not even about the lies no more.
Yeah.
They just get you to the point where you don't believe anything. When you don't believe nothing, you can do whatever you want with people.
Can I tell you what fucked me up? This fucked me up. When I found out that Will Smith was a Libra, but he identifies as a Taurus.
You know what I'm saying? But that's because his rising moon might have been in Taurus. Or Libra.
Once I saw that, I was like, I can't trust any
Can't trust
information.
the goddamn soul, bro.
I can't trust a
I'm
food
trying
pyramid.
to fucking tell you, bro.
I can't trust Will Smith and his astrology. I can't trust the government. I can't even. What else can I not trust?
I think you said this last week, and I think you said this last week on the podcast, right? You know how they say the truth hurts? I don't believe that. I believe truth hurts if it comes from somebody that you actually love and care about. Like if your wife can probably say something to you.
Okay.
Or your parents can say something to you.
Okay.
You said this last week, and I'm paraphrasing, but misinformation is what really pisses us off.
Yes.
Like, don't lie on me, bro. Or don't sit around and talk about me like you actually know what the fuck is going on, because you don't.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers us, because we're sitting there watching the screen or listening to some shit like, this motherfucker, this ain't true. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? That's what pisses you off. So we're in a society right now where we're just full of lies, full of misinformation, and it's literally got all of us to the point where we don't want to believe nothing. Because here's the thing. If I hear a bunch of lies about my guy, if I hear a bunch of lies about myself, you don't think I give everybody, other people that grace? So I see shit about people, I'm like, I don't believe that shit. Because I know what they said about me. I don't believe that shit.
But
I know
the
what they said
average
about
person
somebody.
doesn't have things being made up about them. So when they see something made up about someone else, they believe it.
That's right, especially when their life is fucking miserable. You know what I mean?
So they want to believe that you ain't shit.
Absolutely.
They want to believe I ain't shit. But
And guess what? You're half right. Let's pay some bills, Ted.